Yeah, I think they can push Alpha Sydney here.
Yeah.
I think they could. I thought it would. I thought Legacy would have won the previous match as well, but Corvidae just showed me wrong all over the shop. So obviously Corvidae is going to somehow win this. But we are finally in game here. It's a best of 7, the grand final. The victor here will take out the first Seagate Firecuda Cup.
Ooh.
Whoa, Torsos!
Wonderful shot coming through here. Thought it was actually saved. It's going to be the reverse goal given to Torsos. You see Jake goes up for the touch. Torsos just gets onto it. He was just tap it in, tap it in. And that's what he's done. And that's a great start out of Alpha Sydney. 1-0, 15-second goal, and a strong showing from them. Corvidae were fighting hard for it, but just couldn't quite get it clear.
Torso's coming straight through once again. Corvidae, that was a prime example of ball chasing right there. They won't get penalised just yet. That Siki, he looked to go up the wall, but just the ground was fine. Jake getting a bit of a pass over. Blitz now can slam it in. Corvidae can finally map an offence, but Blitz just can't get a little bit of a flick over. Day's now going in. He's doing it all himself. Gets a bit hard. Siki now looking for a back pass, but he's not going to get there. Torsos over to Drippe.
And the pinch from Blitz, and Drippe is going to put this centre. Siki looking for it. Will challenge. It's backboard from Drippe. And Blitz onto the ball. Not a strong touch here. Torsos high. Jake coming through and off the post. Blitz will get the clear. Days setting it for Siki, and Ollie Torsos that finds it to Drippe now. Over to centre. It's going to be off the backboard. Great save from Blitz. Jake now onto that ball. Will find the ceiling. Days gets onto it and pops it for Siki. Not sure what they're doing on Corvidae, but the ball finds its way to the corner nevertheless. And that's going to be Drippe looking for the pass. Down to Torsos. Blitz now off the wall, getting onto it. Nice smother from Drippe. It's going to be Siki out to right side. And Corvidae, they're struggling here, T-Ball. They just can't seem to get the ball cleared and hold possession for long enough. No,
it's going to be a huge change up in style from what they just competed against. But they might have also expected Alpha Sydney, if they watched the first match, for them to come out a little bit slower. But Alpha Sydney's gone, nah, we are coming out hard and fast. You're going to beat us playing our best.
I think for Alpha Sydney as well, it's hard and fast, but it's still clean. You know, we see a lot of teams come out the gate strong, and the ball is just not a clean game. It's everywhere, whereas, oh my goodness, Corvidae looking for it. Good sandwich from Drippe and Torsos. Drippe looking for the follow-up, misses. Corvidae in. Siki on bowl, but drops it straight to Jake. Needed a higher touch. But yeah, like I'm saying, I think Alpha Sydney, they're strong on the ball, but they're just playing such a controlled, clean game that, you know, there's nothing for Corvidae to capitalise on.
No, and now Drippe's taking control of the ball. Oh, takes it off with a dribble! But it's just a little bit high. Drippe's hit that top post about 3 times now in this game. Siki going to get it stopped by Jake there. Days now with Siki. The pass into Blitz. He's gone for a power shot, but Drippe's got up high. That was going in.
That was a solid shot. Needed a strong save, and one was given. Drippe now off the wall. That's a drop down. Does find Jake. Good touch by him to push it down the field, but Days is there to answer Jake. Keeping the ball moving here. Siki, good touch to clear.
Torso's going far post. They just can't find the goal once again. They've still got their 1-goal lead, but there's 2 minutes to go. So Corvidae going to at least be happy that Alpha Sydney haven't been able to capitalise on any of the opportunities so far. They can just get 1 more goal and take it up the field and compete with them. And Days, he tries to get the pass over for Torsos, intercept. Now moving around. He goes for the boost and can't pick up the ball because of it. Days gets it centre, but Blitz is a little bit too far back. The Drippe's going to miss. Blitz is still too far back. Torsos over to Jake. The pass down to Drippe. Takes a shot. Is it too high again? It is.
This is a lot of pressure coming out from Alpha Sydney, but not a lot of conversion as they struggle to find the net. Instead, the crossbar is their aim point. Good shot option from Blitz there. Torsos will be there waiting for him and finds the block. Another one here for him as it's cleared out once again. Now we have Days challenged by Jake. The smother into the wall means the ball pops out. Now Siki on the roll. It's come off the wrong side of Torsos though. And Siki will be credited with this one.
I'm going to say calculated.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he aimed into the... He just wanted to get it across.
That was a cross goal.
He's... The defender, I think it was Torsos, came out.
Yep.
And almost just had to stay there. All he's done is tried to get it towards the goal anyway, which how.
Yeah.
And it's managed to get the equaliser off the defender, just coming out a little bit aggressive.
And I think that was the issue there. Oh, one, it was well played by Siki to put it just across goal. He knew he was aiming to try and back foot someone and hopefully a player... Yeah, that's right. Maintain pressure on net and hopefully someone can come help him convert. Blitz, good stop there. But I think that the issue there lies with Torsos. Torsos had the wrong hit. Had Torsos just flipped out the way, he would have been fine. Just nobody hit that ball, and an ally could have come through and cleared it out. As we do see, oh, there's Jake on the conversion. He's going to get that ball through the hole, through 3 of them.
That was ridiculous. Coming straight in. Sicky's up. Blitz is down. We got Days coming in from behind, but he threads the needle into the back of the net. Now Sydney find their lead back once again. 39 seconds to go here in this first match of the grand final.
Another grand final indeed. Blitz, a great start as he tries to fire one straight back at the Alpha Sydney side. Big save coming out from Drippe, who looks to push down the field with 30 seconds remaining. It's off left wall now, heading centre. That's going to be Sicky on this pass out to the wide. And now Drippe sends it back middle once again. Days follow up here. Will not get the body block on Torsos that he wanted. Pass to Blitz. Blitz option. Goes for the fake. Finds one. Does not get the block on Jake. Almost has the run of a lifetime to score for the equal. 2-1 now, and Corvidae still maintaining control. Alpha Sydney get the pinch clear. Days gets the pop, and now Alpha Sydney option for a third. No Corvidae pushing down. It's come off the wall though. Jake allowing it to drop. Good choice, sir. And that is going to be Alpha Sydney coming through, getting the first in this grand final series.
I'm giving a lot of credit here to Corvidae for actually sort of bringing that back, but Alpha Sydney was definitely the better team in that match. They controlled the pace. They had more offense going. Even though Corvidae had more shots, it just, Alpha Sydney felt in command of that game.
They did. They looked in command of that game as well, even though Corvidae was repeatedly hammering them with opportunities to try and score. I think that moving forward, Alpha Sydney are going to try and rein in how precise their control is over each game, whereas Corvidae are going to try and break that harder.
Yeah, certainly right. But that's definitely the game that Corvidae really needed to get.
The
first game, where Alpha Sydney might be a little bit off. Like, it doesn't matter what stage in the tournament. Alpha Sydney was normally dropping first games.
Yes.
But they've snuck away with the first one. Corvidae almost came back. Now Corvidae have a lot to do.
They do.
Like Alpha Sydney, they're the kings.
They are.
And Corvidae, they're looking to crash the party. They've probably got another Twitter ban to come out if they've got it ready.
Dabura is probably getting something prepared right now, ready just in case they manage to pull this one through. Something interesting with the Alpha Sydney logo. If it happens, I'd love to see it because I think the creativity is something to strive for in that. But as well, I think Alpha Sydney are too strong. I think that Alpha Sydney are looking to hold on to this, and they'll be pushing for the win. And so, always good to have an underdog story come through for the W, but Alpha Sydney are playing very well, and I think that we've seen a glimpse of what they're able to bring in this final series. To watch the rest of it's going to be big. Yeah,
that match is a huge change of pace for Corvidae.
It is.
They, like Legacy, were playing just the past game, whereas Alpha Sydney's come in and almost played exactly like what Corvidae did in the previous one. They just said, we know that's how you like to play, but we can play it better, so let's go.
That's right. It's been a shift in Alpha Sydney because moving in, we thought, okay, they played Legacy. Legacy played the pass game. Alpha Sydney played the control game. Similar but different. There are key differences in that. Moving in, we think, okay, Alpha Sydney's going to play the control game. We're going to see Corvidae try and match it. But no, you're right. Alpha Sydney came out and said, Corvidae, we know how you play. We're going to show you how to do it to win.
Exactly. We just have a little bit more skill around the park, perhaps. So we're just going to take that to our advantage. Drippe dropping it in for Torsos early. The Corvidae don't want an early goal in. Oh, but Torsos, he gets the block. He's looking to drop it down. Got on top of the ball, but it is going to be saved out. Jake keeps it in, being a good pest there. Pass on to Days on the wall. Drippe will still keep the pressure on for Alpha Sydney. Jake now gets a little pop into the centre, but no one's there. Drippe stops at a halfway. Blitz down. Oh, the pass to Days just a little bit offline for a shot, and now Torsos off to Drippe from the wall over to Jake. This is beautiful stuff to watch. Jake is trying to jam it in there, but Days going to be left with it. He can't really get onto the ball. It's just bouncing away from him so slowly. And now Jake looking to drop it down to Drippe. It's wide. Drippe's accuracy just been a little bit off in this series.
Certainly has. Unfortunate play coming through from Alpha Sydney. Needed someone to follow up there twice in order to put it away. It's going to be Corvidae just holding on by a thread and looking to push out. Sicky's missed that one. That's going to be Blitz on a good save from Drippe. Jake puts it in underneath the crossbar. 1-0 start for Alpha Sydney here. After a minute 10 of play, they've put one in.
And they're rewarded with that goal from just the constant pressure. Days, it was a little bit out to the side. Jake just drives forward, just goes, nah, that's going in. I don't need to do anything fancy here. No OCE freestylers for me. I'm just going to drive to the ball.
And that's all you need. Doesn't matter if it's a freestyle or if it's just a chip goal. Matters it goes in. And we're going to see Alpha Sydney look to return again. Jake looking for the set but finds Days on it. Now Torsos is looking for the block. And Drupe will find the ball out in the mid of the field. It's coming back now. Siki looking at opportunity onto the goal. It's saved out by Torsos there. Great clear from him. Drupe now pushing down the field. Torsos bip and will find corner now setting up for the pass. We see Drupe comes in and puts it away over Days. 2-0 now for Alpha Sydney.
Alpha Sydney just kept that pressure up so beautifully, and then the pass plays. You cannot get that any better. Drupe above the ball, drops it into the goal. And that's the difference here of the pressure game from Alpha Sydney to the pressure game from Corvidae. Alpha Sydney have a little bit more direction on their pass. It's almost like Corvidae combined with Legacy at times. It is sickening to watch if you're the opponent, sickening to play against, but Alpha Sydney love.
I think the key here, and this is going to sound a little BM to Corvidae, and I don't mean it this way, but it's when you compare the two of them with the pressure they're putting on, Alpha Sydney's pressure, you have to save the ball. Like, they're not just throwing shots up at the board and hoping they go in. These aren't bricks. These are shots that will find net if you do not save them. Corvidae, though, fires a lot. They're going quantity over quality, I find, because that's how the pace of their game goes. And so when Corvidae finds a hole, it needs to be a big hole, and they need to be almost lucked out to get that ball in there. You know, one of their shots will find net eventually, whereas Alpha Sydney, they will all find net if you do not stop them.
Well, their goal in the previous match had to come off Siki just hoping that something happened, which it did.
It did.
Off an Alpha Sydney player getting the last touch and redirecting it into a goal. But Alpha Sydney, their goals have all been so sweet. Drupe now going over there. He's going to get a little bit too much on it, and no one's going to be able to come up for that. But Torsos, relentless, keeping it in here. But even when Alpha Sydney shots aren't on target, they're close and they're dangerous as a pass, essentially off the backboard.
Right, Siki with a good flick here, and he finds it! It's off Torsos yet again as he gets this on the line. He gets bipped, and that bip actually gets in the demo. Now a 3v2 situation. You see the spawn come in there, and Torsos cannot get onto the ball to save in time. Siki is trying to bring this back for Corvidae yet again, but I think his work's cut out for him, Tibor.
It certainly is, but that was a phenomenal play right there. Just taking it up the sideline. That almost looked like Drupe in his first match where he dribbled it from downfield. Days now. Oh, this is looking good, dangerous, but it's out by Torsos. Jake now flicking it down to about halfway. Siki can't get in the way of Drupe, but he's going to go for the boost and let Days get the ball. There's no one back. Is that going to trickle through? No, Torsos back in time, a little bit wide as well.
Was slightly wide, could have come off the post favourably, but we will not have the option to see that. As Alpha Sydney to look to get it cleared out. Drupe looks to receive it off the wall. Slight touch there. It's Siki now. Shot on. Good save by Torsos. Out to the side. That is the mark of a great keeper. Not just stopping the ball from going in the ball, but in the net, but also making sure that it's cleared out to a favourable position for the rest of the defence. Torsos, nice touch. The pinch. Drupe gets up quickly to anticipate the touch. Torsos, though, he was trying for that redirect and will not find it. We're going to see Drupe coming in. 1 minute remaining in this one. And Alpha Sydney, they get the ball back, and already they had some very fast play.
If he touched that, that would have been goal of the century.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been ridiculous, but nonetheless, it is not Torsos. Up to Jake. Siki now, down to Days. It's over the top. Drupe gets a high pop. The Flitz, he's just going to hit it down the field. Drupe detonated. Torsos keeping that pressure on. Some pinball action. Torsos is going to center it. Days should be able to control this.
Easy.
Does so. Pops it over Jake. Now Drupe off the corner, looking for the box. No one's following up, and Siki pops it high. That's not the touch he was looking for. Jake is going to drop it down, but there's so many players back for Corvidae right now. Days can take it down the field.
Torsos returns yet again, and Alpha Sydney are keeping this ball on point. Drupe going to have this one up. Blitz will get the touch, and now Siki pushes forward. Oh my God, what a touch! And the follow-up! Corvidae have tied it up with one of the fastest plays I've ever seen.
And that's called throwing it forward and hoping, but Days, the shot was so close. Siki's got no control of the car, but they come away with the goal. It doesn't matter how you get it in, as long as it's there, and the pace of just getting it downfield. And that touch from Days, even though it was off the side, he followed through.
Yeah, he did. He did not give up, and that is going to be Corvidae pushing up, opportunity. Oh, Jake will thwart it. It's going to be overtime, second overtime for the night. And unbelievable work. Corvidae threw everything into that last play to try and make it work, and it came through for them. They need to do the same here in overtime to make it 3-2.
Oh, Torso's good positioning, just held his line on the goal defense line. Coming out with Corvidae, they're looking strong right now, and they're playing with purpose. Jake, he gets out of the side, but Day should get there first. Jake does well. Blitz picks up the boost. Now trying to go over the top of Jake. Jake gets the freeze. Jake's doing so good work here, just pesting that ball. And it's now gone back to Siki. Maybe they'll get it out here. Siki, no one gets the bump there. And Torsos, he can just take a pot shot. It's high. May have dropped in, but Days with a clearance out to the side. Corvidae, since Jake kept it in, Alpha Sydney's just looked so good. And they are going to come away with game 2.
There it is. We see this. I thought that for one moment there, I thought Torsos was going to do it all on his own. But when he got this pop and Jake came over, that was good night. Top of the goal square. You're not going to get that save unless you're already on the line. And that will be Alpha Sydney taking game 2 in this best of 7. 2 more game wins is all they need to close out this match series and take away the Firecuda Cup. And look at these stats as well. Jake and Drippe performing very well. Torsos, again, the facilitator. But in contrast to what we saw at the start of the night, Jake's now stepped up and filled the role. You know, Jake was being the facilitator. Now Torsos is doing that. They've swapped.
Yeah, that each player can go, like Torsos in the first 2 games of the night. Then it was Drippe.
Yes.
And now it's Jake.
Yep.
So
they're just doing their rotation.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, Jake, your time to carry now, mate.
Yeah, we've done our work.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jake, please step up. And looks like Drippe and Torsos have handed him the torch, the Alpha Sydney torch for these games. But it was a great match, that one. Yep. Now moving into game 3, what do you feel Corvidae needs to do?
Score more goals.
Oh, good one.
They've only lost each game by 1 goal.
Yeah, that's right.
So 2-1 and 3-2 and pushing into overtime. But they've been behind in every match. They haven't come away with the first goal.
No, they haven't.
So they really need to get that pressure going early. But the goals they've been scoring were a little bit of a mess. Doesn't matter. If it needs to be a scrappy game, make it a scrappy game.
Yeah.
Go in, detonate. That's what Days is normally good at.
Very good at.
And just detonating the goalkeeper, pushing up and creating pressure. He'll take the ball up a lot of the times. Like when Corvidae is playing their best, you see Days take the ball up the field and then get a pass in and then either go for a secondary touch off his own pass or detonate someone or bip him out the way. So
yeah. So essentially what you're telling Days to do right now is, in the good words of my friend Ratty, kill.
That's it. Just go up, get some detonations. Days, see, right in there. That's good work from him getting the pressure, but no one was with him early enough. So they're not going to get the goal out there. But now, this is where Alpha Sydney's been so good. They're just holding pressure. Corvidae, they get moments in the half.
Oh my God,
but the time that Jake has there, you cannot give him that much time.
Plitz has missed this. Siki doesn't have the boost to go for it, nor the angle. And that's just easy for Jake to come over the top. He does connect with crossbar, so he's a little bit too hard on the touch. But it's still going to go in anyway. You know, perfect touch there would have been a little softer, but doesn't matter. It's still a score for Alpha Sydney. And yet again, game 3, Corvidae does not take the first goal.
No, it's when Alpha Sydney moved to the offense, they keep it in there, they throw shots. And they gave way too much time there. Jake now getting a back pass over to Drippe. This isn't looking good. They had all 3 players pressed up, but can Siki pass it over in time? Drippe, he knows that pass is coming and reads it so well. Days now is taking that high up the wall. Drippe's going to go over the top of it. He got a little touch on the roof to go under. But Torso's just going to get an easy sort of tap out. Siki following that ball through. It bounces high. No one's able to deal with it from Corvidae.
Good option from Drippe there to help take
out.
No!
No!
This is just wrong. Look, Drippe gets the pinch out with Jake to get the clear, and then it comes off of Days here as he tries to get the clear across field. He wasn't going for goal there. He was just trying to do something with it to remove possession from Alpha Sydney. Unfortunately, that's going to be an easy goal.
Yeah, that's definitely not what Corvidae were looking for, but sometimes it just happens. You get those.
It's the nature of the game.
Daisy's trying to make up for it. It's not going to drop in, but he'll get away with the goal. Torsos will end up popping it in.
That's a charity. We're just going to
and from a pass from Jake, you'll call it. Assist from Jake. The secure from Torso.
This is just sportsmanship.
Yeah.
We got a cheap goal. We'll give you a cheap goal. They're just evening the playing field, bringing it back to a 1-goal lead.
Exactly. But I do like how Corvidae had. No, Days, don't do it again. I do.
Don't do it again.
I do like how Corvidae has not given up at any stage in any match. They pushed hard, but their best Rocket League has come out in the second half of each match. Dave's now trying to get this ball forward, but Torso's a little pop out. But their best Rocket League has come from the second half, so they're at least within a goal here. If they can drag another one back, they may be able to sneak away with a win here.
And I think it's definitely possible. Days with the touch. It's now Jake and Sicky on the 50. And we'll find the ball going corner for Alpha Sydney. It's now popped out by Drippe, and Days straight back in. Bit hard on that touch, in my opinion. Could have opted for something a little shallower and more towards the net. Sicky going to challenge Jake here, and Jake pushing through. That's now past Blitz as well, and he's going to try and pop it for Drippe. Drippe trying to facilitate something for a teammate here. Gets it pop off the ground. Torso's very hard off backboard, getting it high up, and will go for the demo on Sicky. Looks like Alpha Sydney's taking your advice here and playing the physical game.
Yeah, very interesting there indeed. Jake, that's a nice pass into the centre, but no one's with him. Gets the weird down. Torso's following through at the halfway. Picks up the boost. Looks to sneak it through. Doesn't get there. Siki, nice little controller ball to get around Drippe. And now Siki might be able to follow through, but Jake is there. Blitz, he's missed that one. Days out to the side. Now Blitz, he's still rolling around. He's not finding control of the car, but there he goes. Nice little touch off the wall. Siki, he's not going to get there first. Drippe will get out to the side. That's going to disrupt them. Days, he's missed it. He's going to get Drippe. He's missed it! He's missed it!
He was very close on that one. The miss, that was the opportunity for him to really capitalise on and put away a second goal for the buffer. Not going to find it now, and it's Corvidae pushing on the offense. Jake going to clear this one out, challenged by Days, and then Blitz on backboard. Days too high up though. He was accounting for Torsos to get a touch on. Sicky now going to get the pop and leave it for Blitz to get on. Very good clear from Drippe. It's high and will find the forward third. Jake now pushing onto this one. It's now Torsos on the ball. Good drop. Sicky will find it. Blitz on the challenge, and a great block there for him to clear it down the field.
That was a beautiful drop there. Corvidae get away with it. 1 minute 30 to go. And Corvidae really need a goal here to keep themselves in there. They cannot go down 3-0 in this best of 7. Siki controls the ball, gets it around 2, but gets a bip in. And Torsos, he gets to take it down the field. Pass across field to Drippe. That is smooth, but there's too many players back for Corvidae. Siki now, he's going to try and get this down the field. 1 minute to go. Torsos gets a pop over. Days now, flicks it. Siki, nice little hit into the box, tries to follow up, but Jake gets high. Drippe, he's only going to hit it into the roof. He'll drop down, but everyone from Corvidae is retreating instead. Days and Blitz, they'll hit the ball almost together. 45 seconds. Corvidae, they've got to get out of this ping pong match and at least not let Torso score here. He's gone over the top. Now Drippe, it's a high ball. It drops down again. Alpha Sydney haven't been able to capitalise on anything so far. Corvidae, they're still in with a shot. They
certainly are. We've seen them do it before to take this. And now 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Corvidae, plenty of time to get one goal. Sicky looking for the challenge here. And the option is now Days to Blitz. And he's done it. Thank you. He's going to put that one away. A great pass from Days to set this one up. Back-footed the whole Alpha Sydney side as Torsos tries to get off the wall from the previous challenge.
I just love the wrong foot goals. You know where the goalkeeper's going. Just sneak it in behind. And I'm getting deja vu here now. Corvidae have brought it back to a 2-all game. Maybe we got an overtime. Maybe we got Corvidae able to pull this out. But Jake is going to take a shot. It's not going to go in off the crossbar. Torsos will keep some pressure up. But Days now down the field. Siki. Days is still moving up with the ball. Siki's looking for a third touch in the air. And Blitz keeps this ball up high. Days, can he do something miraculous? But we got another 2-2 overtime, Judge.
We certainly do. I thought there was going to be an opportunity there for Blitz, but not quite the right touch. And Jake opting to let the ball hit for overtime instead of trying to push for the 0-second goal. It is going to be Alpha Sydney on the front here in overtime to lead us. And they're looking for a goal opportunity there. Good clear by Sicky. He's going to be tripped up as he tries to leave the defensive end. Jake on the wall and Drippe now pushing forward. Drip going to look to follow up a second time off of Days here. He goes up the wall for the opportunity, but it will find low. Jake now setting up. Torsos! No, it's going to go right.
There's so many shots that Alpha Sydney just haven't been able to find the back of the net with. And there are a couple almost open net opportunities. They were fairly difficult, but they still haven't found the back of the net. And they're kind of things that you expect Alpha Sydney to normally get. The pass to Torsos, the shot goes wide, but no one from Corvidae can actually touch the ball right now.
No, they can't. They're struggling on it. It's going to be Days who gets it, and a good thing he did. Otherwise, that would have dropped nicely.
Oh, nice
Big
fake.
fake off of Torsos there, and gets the block on Jake, but Jake gets the strip after the 50-50. The push. Plitz with the rotating save. Good work. And that's going to be Drippe now dropping Torsos off backboard, looking for Jake to come in, and Jake's whiffed it. Had he got that, it would have been easy goal as Drippe came in with the physical game to push the keeper back into net. Torsos dropping now, Drippe off of him, looking for centre ball. It's Days pushing up now.
It's going to drop down.
Very big drop. Plitz was looking for the touch to the side. Now Siki gets it. Jake on the clear. Days looking to pop over off of Jake. That's high. Drippe off the right wall. Now looking to push out Days. Looks for the clear into middle. Drippe pushing it down further. Plitz plays physical and gets Drippe out the way, but Torsos off of that. Moving now. The accidental bump from Siki means Plitz is not in position to save, and that is a free goal given to Torsos here purely from that bump.
That's gotta hurt, and it's another one-goal victory. Corvidae had dragged it back. They were looking good. But Alpha Sydney, I'm surprised it took them so long to get that winning goal.
Yeah, that was a long overtime
They
as
had
well.
the opportunities. They were there. They just had to get that last shot on. It would go a little bit wide. They'd miss the shot completely sometimes. So maybe a little bit of nerves coming from Alpha Sydney to just finalise the game.
I mean, they're on match point now, Tibor, and the nerves should be building. Alpha Sydney, I don't find them as zen as we find Legacy, but maybe they need to get a quick 40-second yoga in, make sure they settle themselves down and get into the groove that we're used to seeing them play.
But Corvidae, they got to fire themselves up.
They do.
They've got to keep the momentum. They've got to not go on tilt. They've only lost each game by one goal. 2-1, 3-2, 3-2 with 2 overtimes. That is...
It's tight.
It's tight, but it's also really frustrating. And
Yeah,
you could go on tilt so easy, especially the way that ended. They defended so well. Alpha Sydney missed so many shots. They would have fell in with it. And then Siki and Days both going... or Plitz going back to the goal. Plitz had that sort of cleared quite easily.
He would have had that, and Siki gave him the bip. Siki just needs to turn left. Like, that's all it was, or turn right. Just turn. Just don't drive straight. Don't drive straight into the rear of your teammate. It's what it comes down to. I mean, Siki was trying to fight for that. I think it was a bit of panic stations for Corvidae there as they wanted to clear that ball. That was a dangerous opportunity that they wanted to be rid of. But you can't do that. You have to keep your composure. You can't be frantic. And as we see, match point come out for Alpha Sydney, a very good start for them. And the ball is popped as it's hit 2 members of Corvidae, and Torsos over the top. Good try from Plitz, but that is the first goal of the match point game.
And right here, they just can't get the touch to get it out of there. Everyone from Alpha Sydney pushes up off the beautiful work from Jake to start off that play. And Corvidae, they find themselves a goal down, only 10 seconds in. They haven't found the first goal in any of these matches, even though they've been so close. To Alpha Sydney, they've got momentum moving into this, and it's going to be so difficult for Corvidae. They need something to pull their way right now, because they don't seem to be able to produce it. They just need some sort of luck to come through.
Need an active god to be able to come through with this, because it's just not something they can facilitate themselves at the moment. They can do that. They're capable of facilitating something, but it's just not falling their way for them right now. Days with... That was a clumsy touch. He's done it to slow down play, but had he been able to put it more towards goal, it would have been Corvidae's favour. They do recover and get the ball moving. Drippe with a potential for clear here. We'll find Plitz off the wall now. Days looking for the cheeky flip, won't find it. Torsos now pushing down. Now he's on the ball. I'm going to get that one. It's the curve now off the wall. And Corvidae go for an option there. Siki is going to be the man to clear it out as Alpha Sydney tried, but could not convert that play.
And Alpha Sydney, they throw 3 players up, like, all the time, almost every single offensive play. And no one can seem to get the counter-attack game going. They just can't get the touches to pump it down the field.
Oh, no.
And now Torsos has just been left with it.
The back pass was not the right option here from Plitz.
I don't think he was trying to get that back pass either, but it sort of got away from him.
Yeah.
And just struggling to get to the ball. Torsos is going, thank you very much. We'll go 2-0 up here, and it's not fantastic signs for Corvidae. They can pull it back. They've got it to 2-2 overtimes in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
So it's not out of the realm of possible. Plitz taking a nice shot on. Torsos coming through with the save, but they just can't get any everything going right now. Alpha Sydney killing whatever life Corvidae has, just squeezing everything out of it.
They really are. They're fighting hard. Corvidae is still kicking though, and that's the main takeaway from this, is they are still trying and fighting their hardest to push this one through. And Corvidae's, the reason we went to overtime was Corvidae in these last 2 games.
Yeah, they tied it back up. They haven't held the lead at all.
No.
Over 3 games. But 2 overtimes, they brought it back every time. So they're not giving up. They are still kicking and screaming. Maybe scream a little bit harder. Get those demos.
That's right. Play physical. I mean, you gave them the advice to play physical. Alpha Sydney started doing it and started playing better. So, I mean, it's Corvidae that needs to listen right now and needs to be playing something a little bit different. Change it up a little bit. I mean, what you've done hasn't worked for 3 games in a best-of-7 series. You drop this other one, and you're gone, you know, and they're already 2-0 behind. They need to be mixing it up. We are seeing the push come through, and they are getting the ball down in offense, but there is no goals. Drippe, the clear. Very nice work from Siki as he gets it out right-hand side.
Now we see Corvidae moving into offense. Jake straight through. That's dropping. Days just gets enough of a touch on it to hit it high. And now Torsos gets a little pass across the field. Siki now over to Blitz. Blitz is going to look to get it back to Days, but it just drops off for him. And Days can't do a thing with it. Ball's moving forward for Corvidae. 2 minutes to go. They need 2 goals to force another 2-2 overtime. But Torsos, he'll get a clearance out here. No one's back. Days has to retreat.
Torso's pushing now. Days onto the ball. It's going to be Drippe, pops center field. And there's Jake on the option. Couldn't get it towards net as there was a challenge approaching. And Corvidae now going to push out with Days. Siki misses the touch. Drippe pops it back. Now Blitz on the rotate. Swings around and gets it very high up. Now off the wall towards goal. But Torsos with the clear. Siki answers back midfield. And we see there's Days. Blitz needs to get a touch and misses that one. Very close option for him. And Alpha Sydney pushed once again towards goal. That one's on point. The pop shots from Alpha Sydney forcing a lot of specific rotation. Oh my God! Drippe here. Unbelievable backwards.
This is ridiculous. Jake just comes in for the freeze on the ball. It goes to the center and Drippe. I think that was a freestyle back, not a backflip as well.
Yeah, that was a freestyle back. He didn't flip for that. He just rotated back. Well done, sir. I reckon that's goal of the night.
That is beautiful. Oh! Is it going in, Torsos? He finally gets it secure. And Alpha Sydney, they're putting on a display right now. The pass from Drippe to Torsos, I thought that was going in, but he's got enough on that flip.
And that boost there as well on that flip, like that flip was forced too. Like he boosted back into it. It wasn't just a straight flip. Yeah. So, Torsos, look, that's unbelievable. A quick 2 goals out of them as now we have 1 minute remaining. And if there is ever a time for Corvidae to find something, it is now. This is the realm of acts of God being required for them to bring it back. And I really hope that we still get some cheeky social media, even if they drop this game.
Yeah, quite potentially. Torsos is going to look for more, taking it around the side. No one's there for the pass. Blitz now taking it down the field for Corvidae. 35 seconds left. They're 3-0 down in this best of 7. It is not looking fantastic for Corvidae by any stretch of the imagination. And Alpha Sydney back in defense. They throw 3 players up to shoot at goals and receive passes, but then as soon as it's intercepted, Alpha Sydney has 2 players in there, and now they got a 5th goal. Drippe, he will never stop.
Jake has got his playmaker for this game. That's 3 assists for him, and Drippe from midfield, a great chip with some pace on it as well to put it away. Alpha Sydney 5-0, and what a finish for them.
This is absolutely incredible. Now, oh, is it going to be 6?
That's a Corvidae kickoff.
I think that was a complete miss there. I don't think you had to redirect. We'll check it out now. Yeah, Blitz has gone for the fast kickoff. Days has moved up. They have to try and get something, but you got to get the ball as well.
It's a desperation, that push there from Days to try and get straight onto the ball, and that's what's created the hole in the goal there. We're going to see Corvidae with a potential push here, but Jake converts. 10 seconds left on the clock, and ladies and gentlemen, this is coming to a close now. Jake 7-0, and Alpha Sydney have commanded this game. I have never seen a goal a second consecutively for 7 goals, Tibor. I think this is it.
Corvidae was still in it for so long, and then as soon as they got their 3rd, bang, bang,
blowout.
Bang, blowout, 7-0, and they're just putting on the hurt now because there is no time for this. And Alpha Sydney, so impressive.
Oh!
And Daisy gets a 0-second goal to finish it off with the Brazil.
Brazil!
They did not go down. Like, all credit to Corvidae here, in all seriousness. That even though they went down huge, they never stopped trying.
No, and this is the biggest lead. I mean, this lead from Alpha Sydney makes up for the past games. We've had one